What's up, you fat Chetzamerdas? This is Jason, your host for the Sunday Roundtable. And we have our two gentlemen here. We got Stool, and we have Bruce. Of course, they're out in the boonies right now, and they got a whole bunch of hissing going on, but I guess we're gonna have to just deal with that. So, Bruce, you there?
Yeah.
You weirdo.
As the Mexicans would say, don't be jealous, man.
Don't be jealous. All right.
I'm not racist because I am, so.
Yeah, don't be racist. Okay. Well, it's 6:10 in the evening. We're gonna probably go for at least a couple of hours with our friends here, and we have a new logo. It's got Bruce and Sloth and Stool on there. Of course, with me, with Taylor Negron's face on. So, but
do you have that face now? Can I call you Dad?
it's the picture when he's got the purple tuxedo on. Of course, it's just his headshot though. So, but it looks pretty good. But there was one that I wanted to talk with Sloth about, but she's not here, so we'll have to wait till probably the end of the show. But I know there was a couple that Stool had talked about, and we'll start off with this one with Michael Jackson. I know how much of a fan Stool is of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Stool, for some reason, he wants to suck Michael Jackson's dead dick, but I don't know if it's.
It's not just dead; it's withered too. That makes it worse.
It makes it worse. Got all that formaldehyde in it and shit, but.
Make it taste tangy. Like tangy dick.
Tangy dick.
He likes it tart.
He likes it tart. But it seems like Michael Jackson's music, and of course Stool sent me this, but his music has been banned from the BBC. And if nobody knows what the BBC is British Broadcasting something. But
Yeah,
company, British Broadcasting Company, and all I have to say about this is, who cares? Who cares if the BBC bans anything? I mean, they were banning Monty Python back in the day. I mean, Monty Python was like one of the most hilarious groups ever to come out. I mean, being that a lot of the comedy nowadays is pretty much just what's the word? Garbage.
Liberal.
Garbage. That's all I can say. Garbage. The comedy, yeah, garbage, motherfucker, garbage. But the comedy nowadays is just complete garbage. Ever since Carlin's gone. Bill Burr's still around. Bill Burr's about the only one that's actually funny. But everybody else, Will Ferrell, Owen Wilson, all these other idiots are not funny. And of course, there was an interview with Christopher Hitchens, he was talking about female comedians, and female comedians. I don't care who they are not funny. None of them. I have not met one female comedian that's been funny.
Oh, don't lie. I know. You were talking about Ellen DeGeneres the other day. You said how much you were gut busting.
Ellen DeGeneres can lick my anus.
She wouldn't lick your anus. She's a dyke.
Hey, a woman's got an anus too. Just think of it with hair. That's all, and she can lick my anus.
Yeah, look how hairy yours is. Ellen DeGeneres.
But this Michael Jackson thing, Stool, what was so significant about this story that you wanted me to talk about it here?
Well, from what I was reading, it turns out that some more people have come out and said that Michael diddled them. Those are junk. And then on top of that, get this. So there was another article that came out. This was about, I think it was Friday or so, that Corey Feldman says that he can't defend Michael Jackson anymore. His long-lost friend, that he can't defend him anymore.
It's because he says his dick was only mediocre. He wasn't going to defend that to the end.
And the reason why is because Mike isn't here to defend himself. That's why.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he said, come on. One of your diehard friends says, oh, no, I know him so well. He treated me so good. He never touched me or, fiddled around with me.
Never diddled me.
Yeah, and never gave me the diddles like he gave everybody else. but then, oh, no, he's innocent. And now these come out, and now automatically he changes his mind. He's just trying to get out because he's got death threats on his life. And
That's what happens. That's what happens every time. Every time when somebody dies, okay, there's always that one person that comes out after they're dead. Of course, they can't defend themselves, and they say, "Oh, well, he sucked my dick, or he fondled my balls, or something like that." It's always something sexual. But you know what?
You're so sexual. It's not sexual. It's actually quite charming.
I'll tell you this, and you guys can think about it. You guys can think whatever you want. If a guy invites you to his home, gives you a nice meal, feeds you alcohol, and his woman sucks your dick or something, that's not molestation. That's a good host. Okay? That's somebody.
Harvey Weinstein was an awesome host. They didn't have to take the job,
Yeah. They didn't have to take the job. They just get the dick sucked or whatever, and boom. That's a good host. When have you ever gone to somebody's house and that person feeds you, gives you alcohol, and sucks your dick? I mean, how many people do that nowadays? Not many. That's a great host. You leave full, your stomach, your belly's full, you got a nice buzz from the alcohol, and you got your dick sucked. Boom. It's a trifecta.
It wasn't alcohol. It was Jesus juice. That's what he called it. He was telling the kids they were going to drink Jesus juice.
Oh, is that what it was? Jesus juice?
Jesus juice. Yeah, that's what he called it to get the kids to drink it.
Ah. But look, this Michael Jackson thing being banned by the BBC doesn't mean squat. I mean, people are going to be downloading. People download shit illegally all the time. You got the Pirate Bay. You got all these other torrent sites. If they want to listen to Michael Jackson, they're going to find a way. You can go on YouTube and listen to Michael Jackson. So, what's the, being Michael Jackson being banned by the BBC, who gives a shit,
Yeah.
People are going to listen to him regardless. If they like him, they're going to listen to him. You can't stop it. Unless, of course, you're in North Korea and you're starving and you can't see nothing because the internet's been banned.
Right? Like
So-
those kids fucking dig into the dumpsters in Venezuela, man. Shit.
Hey, you know what? Fuck Venezuela. Fuck Venezuela. Okay? Who gives a
That's
shit
what I
about
say. They
Venezuela?
put it there.
Yeah. You got all these illegals from Honduras and all this other shit coming up here to America. And these fucking Democrats are trying to let them in. You know what? You need to let the Democrats ship them over to Honduras for a while to see how they like it, Goddamn
Yeah, that's the
asshole.
problem. You don't just allow it, then you're a piece of shit. That's the way they look at it now. But and that would only matter if I really gave a fuck what they thought. If I don't give a fuck what they think, then why should I be sad about it? Tell me what you like. I don't care. Who the fuck are you?
I was talking with my wife, and she said, "Has anybody ever said called you ugly or anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably, but who cares? If they think I'm ugly, okay,
Yeah.
I'm ugly. So what? Okay, you're the only one. Next."
Right?
Who cares what people think? There's always
Hey,
gonna there's always going to be that those few people that are negative. You know what I mean? That are going to say bad things. You know, so it's expected. It's, you know, my feelings are not hurt. I'm not going to go and cry somewhere. I'm not going to get a therapy dog because somebody decided that they thought I was ugly. So what? Okay, your opinion. Move on. You know. But anyway. So this Michael. Yeah. So Stool. I think that maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Stool, but I think that that you might have a crush on Michael Jackson, even though he's dead. There might be like a little necrophilia romance going on, bromance or something going on, or something, or what?
He still wants to feel him deep inside of him. because I got touched by him, and I loved it.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. You guys are a bunch of sick fucking puppies, man, I tell you. But you know,
I love that picture that you had of him, and you just changed it. That picture there, he looks so plasticky. Doesn't he look like a fake guy, like a fake face?
Plasticky.
His beard, it's almost as if they had to implant beard hairs onto his face, but they didn't do it real full, you know?
Oh, yeah. The slideshow I'm doing, yeah. Of course, there's one that's coming up where he's with he's got his hands around a white kid. Ooh, I'm sure that pisses off the white community right there. But you'll be able to see it in a few seconds here.
He was married in a drummer boy. I mean, he was buried in a drummer boy outfit. with a bottle of his favorite Jesus juice.
I like how he's got his...
Look at the way he's caressing that boy. He's resting his head on top of his head with a look that says, "I'm inside of him, and I bet you don't know it."
Hey, you know, there's some, not all of them, but there are some songs that I enjoy from Michael Jackson that are actually very good. Like when back in the 70s when he was actually normal and he was actually black, he had some good songs, but after, you know, 80s and 90s, he started to get a little dry, you know.
He started getting more white too. That didn't help.
Yeah, you know, he's the only guy in history who's ever went from black to white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he went from, like, I mean, really black, like almost tar-like black, all the way up to like this Michael Caine kind of white, you know.
Yeah.
Well, hey, check this out. If you want to get like deep into it, there's a conspiracy theory about him and how that wasn't the real Michael Jackson. That was actually a clone. That's why he was white, and that's why his body was deteriorating as fast as. Now, whether this is true or not, beyond me, it's just a conspiracy theory. That his body was deteriorating faster than it was. That's why his facial hair and his nose and all that was just fucking up. The real guy. When they introduced the clone was whenever he had that burn from the Pepsi commercial.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at that burn, that engulfed his face. And there's a guy by the name of Dave who is supposed to be the real Michael Jackson. His name's Dave. He's a burn victim. Check that out. That actually looks like Michael Jackson too, and he speaks like him.
Oh, really?
And at one point, Michael Jackson went as the name Dave for a while as his undercover name. Yeah, it's a kind of a weird conspiracy theory, but it's just an interesting one. If Michael Jackson were alive today, he would say, "No, don't believe that. Don't believe that. That conspiracy theory, it ain't true."
Well, before we go on, I'd just like to let everybody know that if they want to, like I said, support the show, if you want to throw a few dollars our way, because it does take some money to do these shows, there's a PayPal link on the upper right-hand corner of the channel page. Or if you can't do that, that's perfectly fine. Just subscribe to the show, and that really helps too. Now, if you want to be part of the show, and I'm monitoring you fucking trolls out there. I got a thing out, an app where I can monitor them. It's 605-313-4171, and the PIN number is 793-986. If you want to talk to me or Stool or Bruce, whatever you want to say, you do that, and we can get you on the show. Now, getting back to this Michael Jackson thing, before we move on. Back in the 70s, you know, he was like I was saying before, he was actually black. He had the fro, you know, and then all of a sudden somehow he got the straight.
It's really good.
Somehow he morphed into the straight hair and the turtle nose, and he had that he had that foofy on his chin. You know what I mean? So he just completely chin fulfus. And I think next time we do the show, we should talk about bad plastic surgery, because there's one girl that I would eat the peanuts out of her shit. And
she works some, right?
No, I'll save it for the next time. But just to let you know, she was extremely beautiful, and she decided to have plastic surgery, and she completely screwed herself up. But even though she looks ugly now, I would still eat the peanuts out of her asshole. Just say that. But I just want to say to that person, and she knows who she is, she definitely needs to either get it fixed or just leave it alone and give me a call, and I will take care of that that nice body of yours. That's all I got to say about
that. He says body of yours right as that new picture of Michael Jackson comes up.
See, you guys are about 10 seconds behind. Okay, so.
Yeah, look at his nose. It looks like two triangles, man, like a skull. He actually looks like a skull. He took it off because he didn't like the 12-gauge shotgun he had on his face beforehand. He decided to cut it down. So I look like a little white guy nose. Yeah.
Well, that's the way all black people are. They got that shotgun nose. They're born like that.
Hey, the 12-gauge blasters. We are checking out the history of a clone that's been deteriorating over time. The clone. That sounds like that movie. Jason, I'm sure you've seen it.
What?
With the Bubba Hotep. Have you seen Bubba Hotep?
No.
You have not seen that one. It's the exact same scenario you're talking about.
Bubba Hotep?
Bubba Hotep, like Imhotep.
Yeah.
Bubba Hotep. Yeah, that's the name of the movie.
How do you spell that?
How
do you spell that?
B-U-B-B-A.
Yeah.
And then Hotep. H-O-T-E-P.
Oh, T-E-P. Okay. Emotep.
Hotep.
Emotep.
Emotep. I love that.
See, I can't get it past the guy. I can't. I try to.
He runs into that crowd of zombies and right away just turns around. Emotep. They all start joining it. That was fucking hilarious.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can get one on here. Let's see.
Oh, you've never seen it. You gotta see it.
Well,
gotta see it.
Let me see if Bruce can finish this one. Yeah, looking for a guy, Melville.
Yeah, the stuff.
Well, I said finish it. Melville.
Oh, you want the quote?
Oh, you mean old Harold? Yeah. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping you would say.
Not all moving out of here.
Go away. Go away.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. I'll tell you, that is still the number one. Oh, by the way, next week, I want to let you guys know, if you guys can, there's a movie that I want to do a review of. It's called Idiocracy. Have you heard of it?
No.
No, I think so. I think so. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, Idiocracy is a movie that was made. It was directed by Mike Judge, and Mike Judge was the creator of Beavis and Butthead.
Is it on Netflix?
No, you'll have to go like on Series 9 or something like that. I think Bruce has that. You know what I'm talking about, Bruce?
I think I've seen it on my site. I know that name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen it on
If you can, sometime this week, watch Idiocracy. It has, I mean, it was supposed to be satire, but it was made in 2006, but it is exactly what is happening with the youth today. So, if you guys can watch that, we can do a review of it next week.
All right. Sounds like something that I part of that TikTok movement.
Oh, it's funny. Remember the white chicks? The big black guy with the muscles? I can't remember his name, but he stars in it. He's the president of the United States. So.
Oh my God!
But it is a funny movie. But when you watch it, you're gonna look at it and go, "That is today's society." So now,
Terry Crews, I think is his name.
Terry Crews.
Crews.
Yes, Terry Crews. Yes, and the main character his name is something Wilson. Not Owen Wilson. Not Penis Nose. Not Penis Nose. But
oh yeah.
Luke.
A baby penis.
Yeah, Luke. I think his name is Luke Wilson or something like that, or it's another Wilson.
No, Owen.
No, it's not Owen. It's Luke Wilson. It's another guy that plays in that movie. So,
Owen Wilson is the guy with the dick nose.
Yeah, he's the one with the
penis. Like trouble.
He's the one with the penis. He's the one with the penis nose. I can't watch that shit. Now, do you remember? And we're going to go ahead and go to the next subject here. Do you remember? You remember that one guy? I think it was in the first episode that he wanted to be a genderless alien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Update.
Yeah. There's another guy who goes by the name. Oh, actually, it's a woman who transformed into a guy. He calls himself Jareth Nebula. And this guy, weird. I don't know if he followed in the footsteps of the other guy, but he wants to be a genderless alien. This guy actually was a girl transformed to a guy, and he didn't like being a guy, so he wants to be a genderless alien. He had his nipples removed.
You know what's funny about that photo you got on there?
What?
There should be that photo, or he or she, whatever the fuck it is.
Shim.
Yeah, look at Shim himself here. She looks like she got, anybody would look at that like from this generation and say, oh man, that's cool. I want to do that. But we come from an older generation, so we look at it and we see, man, that bitch should have sucked his dick. He punched her twice and then tried to drown her or starve her of oxygen or some shit. Fucking lips are all blue, her eyes are all blue. We try to make sense of it,
Yeah.
So in all reality, to make sense of it, you look at this person and think, what a ridiculous fucking freak, man. And they think they're cool.
They think they are, but they're not. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's
you want to know something? These people back in the 60s, 70s would have been locked up into a mental institution.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
literally would have. And society was great back then.
Yeah, it was better, yeah.
Dude, they unleashed the demons, and this is what we got, this freak.
This is the result of all their hard work and labor.
Yeah.
Right here.
It's
they weaponized.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean let me bring up the let's see if I can bring up the story on him. I think I had it, but I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, it's a woman who wants to be a genderless alien, just like, let's see here, Jareth Nebula. let's see here. Both female and transition to male. Now Jareth Nebula now identifies as a genderless, and the guy's only 29, just like the other guy who was I think it was like 23 or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen when they're like in their like I was saying before? What's gonna happen when they're like in their 50s and they're like, Jesus Christ, what did I do with myself? You know. And there's no way to stop it now. And of course, next week I want to talk about. I saw it in the news. They were talking about how all these people that are getting these transformation surgeries, going from either male to female or female to male, are now regretting it, regretting that they did it.
You know what I think it does a lot of this, to be honest with you? You know, you look back in history, or like we're sitting here talking about in the 70s, you look back in history, and if somebody had tried to do some shit like this, there were not a lot of educated people back then, talking 1500s, you know?
Right.
So all they do is they sit there and look at this shit and say, what the hell is wrong with this individual? They got some kind of a mental problem, because all that existed back then really was common sense, no education. Yeah. Education, in a lot of ways, can trump your common sense, you know, if you have a lot of it or enough of it. So these people here, you look at them, and you look at this era that's accepting it, they're looking at this like, no, it's fine. It's common sense. It's the individual. They want to be themselves. They can justify it to themselves because they're just as, you know, a product of this fucking educational system and shit, that it's fucking them up. It's fucking up their common sense. You can't look at that and say, man, that's really cool. I want to be like that. Without thinking that there's some illness that's causing that, you know? I mean, shit.
Do you think it's an illness?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fucking mental illness. It is not. It's not a disease. All that bullshit. You know, it's an illness.
You know, there's another thing.
You can't be a guy.
There's another thing.
Hey, that's not normal. That's all it is. This is not normal.
I know there's, and I'll get to this. I'm gonna get to this next week also, but I'll just kind of touch on it because of this story. I was watching a thing on YouTube where kids, like in their 8, 9, maybe 10 years old, are living now like the boys are living as females, and the parents are letting them do it. They're actually letting them do that.
Yeah, but society kind of forced them into that. You be that parent that tells them no, then you're going to be assholes for not understanding.
Yeah, you're uncool.
Yeah, it's not the same, man. These are different times.
Is that what
it's a real shame, too. Yeah, I think so. That's why it's so accepting, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's where the revolution comes in. People finally get to a point where they say, you know what, this is gotten so ridiculous. We need to just fucking get rid of it all and start over, man. And that's where the revolution happens, you know what I mean? But it's just on a build-up. That's all it is.
Well, can you really start over? I mean, really? Can you start over?
No, you have to go to another constitution to start over. But even then, it would just most constitutions will meld together, and then freaking kind of it wouldn't work. There is no start over.
No, it's over.
Not. Well, when they get rid of the element, at least, you know, the bad elements, doesn't make it perfect per se, but yeah, I think it could. I mean, I think that could happen. It's on a build-up to that. I really believe that.
Do you actually think the world can start over?
No, not completely. It can just basically not start over, but
it can reverse.
Just get rid of the bad element. Let them die off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They can get rid of the bad element, not necessarily reshape the entire planet.
Well, that's kind of tough to do, being that there's 7 billion people on this planet.
Yeah, at the start of every generation started hard, man. It wasn't easy for us when we came over here, you know, back in the 1700s on those 3 little ships.
The Nina, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
As the moon landed.
Hey, you want to hear something really funny?
Go ahead.
Have you ever seen that movie? I think it's called when did Columbus 1776? When did Columbus come up? 1492, Columbus.
Yeah.
You ever see that movie? I think it's 1492, and it's based on Christopher Columbus and those little ships coming across to America. You ever see that movie?
No.
I mean, it wasn't like a big movie, but it came out, and those 3 ships they used in that movie, they were shipped off to South Texas.
Okay.
And I was on those ships once, and it was the same ones they had in the movie, so it was really neat to be on them. And I banged this girl on the captain's bed. Yeah. It was funny because every time I look at those, I remember that. And then when I see the movie, it reminds me of it. Well, they were on display, yeah. Sicko.
Well,
Are you kidding? It was fucking awesome.
This guy, or this woman, the title says, ex-transgender man now wants to live as a sexless alien and has had nipples removed. So this person, who was a woman, then became a man, and wasn't happy with being a man, so she became a genderless alien. Now it says Jareth Nebula, 33, has shunned human genders and wants to be accepted as a being from another planet. Okay.
You know what's going to be most disappointing? Is if we ever do get visited by aliens, and his design was all wrong. They look at him and say, you thought we looked like that? We're all leaving. You stay here. That's ridiculous.
But it says Jareth Nebula might live on Earth, but he firmly believes that he belongs on another planet. It says the 33-year-old was born a woman, but transitioned to become a man when he was 29. Now he believes he doesn't fit into any human gender and is, in fact, an alien.
What a fucking idiot. Alien shit is what he looks like. Alien shit.
Well, he's trying to look like that David Bowie character in Labyrinth. Remember the David Bowie character in Labyrinth?
Yeah, Labyrinth. Yeah. Exotic shit.
He's trying to look. She's trying to look like him.
And he kind of looks like a pixie from what's that? Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The pixies in the Lord. Yeah. Yep. Fucking weirdo. Hey, I'll tell you what. And these people here are allowed to roam the earth and hang around with your friends. And not only are they letting them hang out with their friends, but they're letting them with their kids, and maybe your kids, and maybe everybody else's kids, and maybe you know what I mean. Your future kids, I meant, and then everybody else's kids or whatnot. What the fuck, you know? Those people deserve to be in a padded
and the
room.
Thing is,
and they're anally probed.
The thing is, back in the 70s and 80s, if somebody looked like this, they would look at him and go, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's a fag. What is wrong with him? Nowadays, a person like this could be walking down the street and nobody gives him a second look. And of course, if you say something, somebody you don't know will just go, hey, you can't say that. That's sexist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't do anything. It's ridiculous. Society has been so dumbed down. The stupid people of this planet are breeding at a rapid pace. Now, to all the smart people out there, you need to start fucking. You need to start fucking, and you need to start making babies that are smart. You get all this trailer park trash, all these Negroes, as they're called, all these dumb people breeding, and they're breeding at a rapid pace, and they're filling the world with a bunch of stupid people. The IQs are going down, and before you know it, we're going to have a society of nothing but stupid people who like to listen to rap. That's all.
Like all the Miyatis today.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Mayani.
You get it?
Yeah. These people are just fucking weird. Just weird. And you know something? Check this out. This is actually kind of funny. Back to the Future, Part 2. Totally had the future wrong. we have freaks in charge of our fucking damn government. We have freaks in charge of our school districts. We have freaks everywhere in our freaking society. But yet, Back to the Future didn't show that. They just showed futuristic badass cars, futuristic license plates that were badass. And when are we going to see those?
In 2015.
Yeah, they didn't know shit about the future, man. Hollywood knew what they were pushing and where we were going to go. They wanted to push a good future in the 80s. Well, we're good. We're getting ready to become the so modern. It's unbelievable.
They don't push the date far enough.
Yeah.
Now,
look at
now this guy Jareth Nebula, he lives alone. He lives alone, and he wants people to accept him for who he is. I mean, if you were to see this guy on the street and he pulled down his pants and he had no balls or dick or no vagina, it's just skin. Would you accept that?
I wouldn't. Oh, fuck no.
Imagine what that thing looks like.
As Bruce said last week, he'd be pissing out his ass. Or was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, he's pissing out his ass.
That guy.
Yeah, that's pissing out of his ass.
You know, like I said, he's like that other guy who wants to be genderless. He's already had his nipples removed, so he wants his nipples removed and he wants his genitalia removed. What is it with these guys? This shit never happened back in the 70s and 80s. What in the world is going on with society today?
It's about to implode, man. I'm telling you, it's about to implode the way things are getting. I mean, think of the guys that do that. You know, I'm sure you've seen videos of those guys that are whacking up their own dickheads, like with a knife, and they're doing it like slow, and they're high on drugs, and we're getting some kind of a high from it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's the high that you only get one time. Well, is it really so good that you're willing to only have it once? Get a taste of it, and you can never. Oh, what a bunch of morons, man.
Well, what's going to happen when he gets? What's going to happen when he gets his dick removed or his vagina removed because of a girl first? And then when he gets to be like 30 or 35, he's like, you know, he wants his vagina back. What ain't going to happen?
How stupid was I when I was younger? Like he's gonna be that guy in the corner saying, "Don't be like me, don't be like me. I came in with the fat." You know what I mean? One of those old fuckers that you look at and think, "Shut up. You know what the fuck you're talking about."
I wonder how quickly they would have an orgasm and shit. Because if you figure when like a guy turns into a girl, they use part of his cock skin to make the new vag, right?
Yeah, Stool knows how it goes.
Hey, well, ask our resident expert over here.
Yeah.
But it says he began taking testosterone injections, and he started to dress in a masculine way, and he had surgery to remove his breasts. But he said that neither gender, male or female, didn't fit his personality. So he decided to further research into alternative gender identification. How many gender identifications are there now? You got the transgender, you got the binary, you got, what is going on? There's only two genders, male or female.
You know where this shit comes from? From parents telling their kids, go ahead and express yourselves. It's okay. So now these fucking kids are still doing it, and the parents are all pissed off. You know? So you created that. That's your own goddamn fault.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, the parents back in the 80s, if somebody tried to do this, they would kick them out of their house.
Yeah.
They would not be accepted.
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, in general, they're not accepted, but it was probably either their parents or it was them, that told these kids, just go ahead and do what you want, just be yourself, and
That's exactly what they're doing. You know, you're supposed to be a guide to your kids, not let them do whatever the hell they want.
Express your individualism.
If kids make stupid decisions, you're going to allow them to make their own? Are you really fucking crazy?
They're young. I mean, what do you expect? They're young kids. They're going to make stupid decisions. That's what young people do. Young people make stupid decisions. It's called experience. It's called learning from your mistakes. That's what it's called.
There's a lot of those in New York, too, those new genderless birth certificates. Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't. Please enlighten us. Enlighten us, Bruce. Please.
They just passed a law in New York that birth certificates in that state, you could leave the gender blank and still get your birth certificate as soon as you decide, or he decides, or she decides, or whatever the fuck it is decides. Then you can put it on there at that time. You can let your kid choose their gender, and then put it on the birth certificate. That's some bullshit.
And that's just pushing them to go the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's pushing them to go the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And you know what's funny? Check this out. Everything that we've all been through, especially the three of us that are on this, this live thing, we all kind of grew up back in the older days. So everything that we've actually known and realized has ended up becoming a fad. Everything is a fad. Everything. And this shit right here with the genderless aliens, it's all a fad. And I want to say in about 10 years, it's going to go away. Just like tattoos. How long have tattoos been a fad? What, 20 years? About that? And people have been putting on their, of course people have been on their faces for centuries, but, it's never really big mainstream until now. They got them on their necks and their nipples and their buttholes. You know? Their buttholes. They got little planets, and like everything revolves around their butthole. I saw this tattoo like that. Like a solar system, and the butthole was the sun. It was unbelievable, man. It was actually a badass tattoo, but holy crap, really? It's a fad, man. It's a fad. And these people that partake in the fad are going to be, they're going to have a rude awakening.
They're going to be stuck with the bill.
Oh. You know what's funny? You know what's funny is this person, if you can see the picture of her right now on the screen. She puts, let's see if I can find it here. I can bring it down just a little bit. It says, Jareth is the name, shaves his eyebrows to look less human. Now, does that mean that all the Mexican chicks that are shaving their eyebrows, does that make them less human too?
That's an age-old question.
I've never understood why these Mexican girls shave their eyebrows. Perfectly good eyebrows. They shave them off, and then they use a Sharpie and put them back on. I've never understood that. Just let your eyebrows grow. Whatever happened to the days where a woman had some good-looking eyebrows, not real thick, but just, pluck them a little bit in the center so you don't have a unibrow. Just shape them really nice and leave them alone. Leave them alone. Just don't shave them off. Now these women are shaving them off and getting, watercolors and black and putting them on there, What is going on with society?
The only thing worse, seeing these girls that are drawing them on, and it looks like the golden arches from McDonald's and shit over their eyes.
It looks like caca. I'm telling you.
It's very foofy.
Very foofy. It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah, ugly pictures of that shit.
I know, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. Why these people do this shit? That in the next couple of years, and I hope for our sake, the older crowd, I hope for our sake that in the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years, people actually get back to normal, where they see people like this and they go, what a fucking freak. What is wrong with you, Instead of going, oh, yeah, you're accepted. Please come into our house. You can fuck my sister, that kind of thing. But hopefully one of these days it'll get back to normal. I think, maybe.
You know what the thought of all this is?
What?
You know how a lot of people like to say, "Oh, I wish I could be a fly on the wall when that went down."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have seen that happen. I wish I could be around long enough to see these young freaks, these fucks. You know, the ones that also get those like little cylinders of calcium under their skin. They're like devil's horns and stuff like that. You know, I can't wait to see. I wish I was a fly on the wall in the nursing home that's going to take care of these people. What they're going to look like in a damn nursing home with horns and all those tattoos over their faces. It's going to be a fucking freak show.
Well, it might be, but they're going to be from that generation as well, so they're going to be more accepting to them.
Yeah.
Not a little bit more, but not as bad as they were in the '60s, going into a funeral. I mean, not a funeral home, a retirement home. You know.
Yeah, but there's just certain things you don't do at big ages. You know, like if you're 80 years old, you don't put on makeup like a 20-year-old. You're gonna look like you just stepped out of a coffin. You know, you're 80 years old. You don't want to look like that. You gotta change with the times. You know, and I mean, if a young girl does it, that's one thing. But if an old lady does it, it's different.
Yeah,
I mean, it is different.
No,
that's something you want to see.
Right. Well, before we go on, I just want to say one more time. If you want to be part of the show, it's 605-313-4171. It's 793-986 for the number. If you want to do that, or if you want to support us on PayPal, it's on the upper right-hand corner of the channel page, or you can just subscribe. Now, Bruce, you were talking about freaks and all the plastic shit they get underneath for the horns and everything. Have I got a story for you? It's a guy. His name is Ted Richards. Now, Ted Richards, they call him the Parrotman because this guy loves parrots so much. He got horns, and he also cut off his ears.
That picture.
He looks like a pimple with a pin in it.
No, you wonder what he looks like? He looks like Greg from The Last Starfighter.
That's Greg, not Greg.
Greg.
But yeah, he actually had his ears chopped off to emulate a parrot. And he, of course, as you can see, he's got feathers tattooed on in between his eyes, and he's got the colors of a parrot.
Oh, yeah. Look at how big his nose is.
Yeah, and this guy, he wants to be a parrot so badly, he did this shit. Now, like Stool was saying, what's going to happen when he's 60 or 70 years old? He's in the nursing home, and the guy's got no ears.
You better hope he never needs a hearing aid.
Oh, he will, dude. He will. He's not gonna, dude, the ears are there for a reason to echo the sound into the damn. He can't hear shit. Real parrots can hear like fucking farts, mouth farts.
He can only hear what's going to be off to his side. He won't be able to hear to the front with nothing to direction the sound.
Exactly.
Fuck, man. Yeah, he's like a fucking freak in the nursing home, man. You know, they're all going to get there eventually. And there ain't no taking that shit off, man.
Like I said,
okay, so this guy's private life. You know he's got a bird costume somewhere in his damn closet. You know he does. Come on.
He's like Ed Gein. He cannibalizes and then wears the bird feathers on himself and dances in the moonlight.
Oh, yeah. Weirdo.
But I don't understand the horns. Why would he put birds? Don't have horns.
Maybe he's like an evil horn or something, an evil bird or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought that would be kind of like, what the hell else could it be?
Guy's a fucking weirdo. Look at how fucking.
As stupid as that sounded, that's how stupid it was when he thought it.
He's got a starfish in his damn head. He's got a starfish in his head. What a freaking weirdo! Oh, it's a fucking knot where someone clocked him once. One of the two. That's fucking weird, man. Psycho.
Somebody clocked.
Imagine what goes on in that guy's brain to do it. I mean, okay, to think it is one thing, but to tattoo bird feathers on your fucking face, a fucking bird nose, and what is that? A Fruit Loop in his damn nose?
Oh, the bird nose is natural.
Oh, dude. Weirdo, man.
It's a really natural thing on his face.
You know the old saying? You know the old saying? Why do Jews have big noses?
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Because air is free.
Air is,
Air is free.
They literally. The guy's really got a starfish on his head on both sides. He's got a star on both sides.
calcium stuff. They stick under the skin.
That's fucking weird, man. What the hell does a parrot have?
And the next picture you're going to see, it shows his ears that they got cut off.
Oh, look at all the rings in them.
Oh yeah, he had gauges and shit. That guy was a weirdo to begin with.
look at the ear that doesn't have the gauge. The hole looks like a cat's asshole.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. That's what their ears look like. I think the gauge is. It looks like cat buttholes.
Yeah. What's going to happen when they get older and of course, you know, the hole starts sagging and the guy's going to look like of course, when the tattoos start, you know, getting worn and they start getting blotchy, you know, all you're going to have is a red and a green blotch on each side of his face.
He gets old and all the black lines now look like connect the dots.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. You know, the best time to get a tattoo is when you're like in your 50s or 60s. Because when you die, those tattoos are still going to look really nice. It sucks when you're getting the tattoo like 18, because by the time you're 60, that tattoo's all worn out and you can hardly see it anymore because it's all got all blotchy, you know?
All right, if that's the explanation you heard. It's not the one I heard.
Okay.
You want to get one when you're old, because at that point, you're very settled in your ways. You're not likely to change your mind about much. You know what I mean? You're really concrete ways. So if you get a tattoo, you're going to like it for the rest of your life. But if you're a kid, that time when you make the stupidest decisions of your life, you want to do something like that, you know that 10 years down the road, you're going to regret it. Because you're going to grow up, and then you're going to look at it and be like, what the hell was I thinking? You know, this is stupid.
Oh, man, it's dumb.
Yeah, and then you're stuck with it, you know? I mean, it's just, why would you get one when you're old? This way there's no regrets. You know, you want to get them fine, but get them when you're old.
It's not like the fake teeth we used to get at the store for a nickel. You know? When you put them in your mouth, you can take them right out. These here,
you would save up.
They're permanent.
You would save up. Yeah, and that's how you counted your quarters.
Oh, yeah.
It was always, all right, there's 2 pair of teeth. 3 for each of them in bulk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he used to count them as teeth. I remember that.
No. So, Ted Richards, America's freak. Now,
America's favorite bird brain.
Bird brain.
America's favorite bird brain. Goddamn.
Like I said, I don't know what's going on with today's generation. I mean, this guy looks like he's about our age. You know?
These are the people that are never going to get clean to their piss and shit because nobody's going to want to touch them when they're in a nursing home. They're going to suffer, man. Nobody's going to want to touch these things.
No, because there'll be lady freaks just like them.
Yeah.
That are very accepting to that. You know, they're going to get a lot of ass.
You know, he stares into those birds' eyes. You know, you had a picture where he was like staring into their eyes.
Yeah.
And he thinks they're thinking, I know you're thinking I'm just like you now. You love me more. But the bird's looking at him and he's like, what the fuck did you do to yourself, man?
You my owner?
How the fuck do you look like me?
Probably.
Yeah. What was up with the rainbow beard? That looks stupid.
He's looking at
dreads. He got dreads.
The bird's looking at him. Man, you're retarded.
No. get to the next thing. This one here is actually for Bruce because I know how Bruce loves to wear men's dresses. And
oh, hey, who doesn't?
And actually, Sloth sent me this picture the other day. And this one here is a guy named Billy Porter. And, of course, you all know who Jaden Smith is.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a portion of shit. He's not even a whole piece.
He's not like Geraldo. He's not a piece of liquid shit. a slice of liquid shit.
Right. Oh, something soft. Something soft shit.
But this guy Billy Porter, I don't know if it was the Grammys or if it was the Screen Actors Guild Awards. I'm not sure what award show it was. It was an award show. This guy, I'm sure you can see it on the screen now, but he came out with a tuxedo dress. Now this guy's gay, okay? He's gay, but he comes out with this fucking dress like it's normal, like it's fucking normal now. That's the problem. People think that it's fucking normal now.
Yeah, there's nothing normal about a dude dressing up like a chick. When you're a dude, you spend your whole life proving your dudehood,
Dude.
And then all of a sudden now you're prancing around like a Nancy boy, and people just look at you and say, well, I guess that's normal, or they're forced to think that, or otherwise you're a misogynist or whatever the hell,
And whatever happened to men's jeans? When you had the Wranglers with the W or the Levi's with the V on the back. Now when you got these jeans where you look like a faggot. You got those designs all over, like they did back in the 80s with Gloria Vanderbilt or Jordache or Braxton.
Fat chicks too.
Where they got these designs all over the pockets. No self-respecting heterosexual, well, at least heterosexuals that I know, no self-respecting heterosexual is going to wear a jeans that have designs all over the pockets. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I used to know a kid that wanted Jordache jeans. He used to cry for those Jordache, boy. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. He really wanted a pair bad.
Stop talking about Bruce like that.
No, Bruce wanted the tough skins.
He's here to defend himself.
Bruce wanted the tough skins. He wanted the ones with the X's in the back.
Yeah, just like his foreskins. You like them tough.
But of course, Jaden Smith is Will Smith's son, and it came out. I was looking at a thing online where it talks about Will Smith was saying that he had a boyfriend. So now, Jaden Smith was saying he has a boyfriend. So I guess I'm taking that as he's gay or he's bisexual, one of the two. But then again, he wears dresses, so he's probably bisexual.
Have you ever seen the pictures of Jaden Smith getting mauled by his dad trying to kiss him?
No.
Oh yeah, there's tons of videos on it where Jaden Smith is just sitting there getting interviewed. They're both getting interviewed because they had that movie called After Earth.
Yeah.
Or Before Earth, some bullshit like that.
I saw like 10 minutes of it and I shut it off. I couldn't watch it anymore.
Yeah, he started trying to make out with his son. His son was pushing him away. I mean, dude.
Yeah, that was a real shitburger, man.
Weird.
That was a shitburger of a movie, but I tell you what, man, that really says a lot about fucking Will Smith. He's a piece of shit. Well, he's a portion of shit. Pardon.
What was his name on there? Xander?
Is he?
Like that?
No, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Bruce. Bruce, hold on. Bruce, is he a portion of shit or is he a portion of liquid shit? There's a difference.
Well, no. If it was liquid shit, it'd be like maybe a tablespoon. A tablespoon of liquid.
It seems like the person that you hate. If you hate somebody, Bruce, they're just shit. But if you really hate them, they're liquid shit. They're not just a slice of shit. They're a slice of liquid shit.
A portion, just a teaspoon.
But if you see on the screen there, he's with his boyfriend, this Billy Porter, and they're at like I said, they're at some award show. Now, why isn't anybody saying, you know what, that's not normal for a man to wear a dress like that?
Maybe Jaden's, finally discovered that he could use a good intestinal stretching. Yeah, he decided to get this guy to be his mechanic.
to lube up the old insides, huh?
Look at that. Look how stupid.
No, man, those are dry fittings, man.
I know, it's just ridiculous. He's wearing a tuxedo with a big old long gown. I mean, in the 80s or the 70s, this guy would have been hung by his neck. You know what I mean? Society has changed. Society has changed so, and that's what I'm talking about, the dumbing down of America. People are oblivious to what is, I guess I could say what's right or what's wrong. I mean, I'm sure to the gays it's right, but
you're not seeing a misspellings. There's a ton of misspellings in all the correspondence from all these people. There's always misspellings and shit. Like, are y'all really that stupid? I
yeah,
can't
they
even spell
are.
anymore.
People spell and read at like an 8th grade level,
It's ridiculous, man. I mean, God damn, you didn't learn in school. You graduated. You're in college. You can't spell. And some of them were trying to pass it off saying, no, that's intentional. It's intentional stupidity. I mean, shit, really?
Yeah, I think that way of thinking is just the easy way out. Just to conform. It's the easy way out. I think going the other way is more of a challenge.
Intentional stupidity is worse than regular stupidity. Because you know you're doing it wrong, but you do it anyway. Like, you don't put the R-E, the apostrophe R-E in front of you. You just say you instead.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And like I said, the country is dumbing down. No wonder we're like 50th in education. As far as, according to, the world statistics. We're number 50. Well, we should be there. Because we're stupid. That's why this society is fucking stupid. I mean, if you're going to accept something like this where guys are in dresses, I mean, let me show you this. Let me put another slideshow up here. There's actually, the only people that I knew that wore dresses that were somewhat men were back in ancient times. Back in biblical times when people were wearing the long dresses or gowns or whatever they want to call them. They didn't have pants. But now there's pants, and you still got people wanting to wear these fucking dresses. And
I think all this came from France.
With the wig party.
Yeah, literally. Remember back in the day? Remember the days of 1789? During the French Revolution?
Yeah.
Those French guys, they had makeup on to the max. They had these wigs. They took baths and they used body powder and rosied up their cheeks, and their face was all white. They looked like chicks,
Yeah.
They did a lot of that in France, man. They couldn't get away from that crap. I think they spread it to the rest of the world. That's why the French came to America.
To spread it here.
Spread it here.
If you look on your screen, though, look at all these guys that are modeling these fucking dresses for men.
Oh, is there dresses for men now? It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Ah. And let me guess. Do they make it sound more manly by adding man or bro to it? Bromance, manscaped. No, this is actually manly. You can dress like this. It started out with guys in purses. What do they call it? A man pouch or something like that. It was a goddamn purse.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
purse.
it's a merce. A merce.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It's funny because think about it like this too. They're not trying to target us. these ads are not to target us. They're to piss us off. They're to target our fucking kids and our kids' kids and everything else, not us. Dude, they know we're not going to freaking bite for this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of people are.
Well, because not everybody's not as old as us.
And everybody's smart. We're smart.
Not all of us.
Yeah.
Not all of us. Even some of the people that are our age, in their 40s, are still cutting their ears off and looking like parrots. Okay, so.
I mean, personally, I was being sarcastic.
No.
Oh,
So it's not just. And there's one coming up where the guy's in a fucking bride outfit. He's a bride. Looks like shit.
He's going to make somebody a very ugly bride.
Damn right.
This goes to show that we have sickos in power.
They're allowing it.
You got sickos in power.
What, Trump is
because
allowing
people
it?
Like dude, I mean, just pushing this crap. It's people in power. Dude, normies wouldn't do this. Wouldn't push this to their own kids. Dude, they wouldn't even push it to their own kids, much less other people's kids. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Well, the world's kind of messed up. Maybe they will. You know what I mean? But regardless of that, I know.
No, the world's not messed up, Stool. The world's fucked up. There's a difference.
But it got screwed up really fast, man.
No,
really fast.
Actually, it was a very slow process. It's like when the oil companies, when they bring down the price of gas, you're like, ooh, $2 a gallon. Wow, that's really good, or $1.90, whatever. And just slowly, day by day, they bring it up a penny, or 2 pennies. And before you know it, you look at the price, you go, oh shit, $3. Wow, the hell did they get that high? They bring it to you gradually. They're introducing this stuff. They have one guy do it to see if it's acceptable. And then you got all these Democrats, liberals, they're saying, oh yeah, it's acceptable. Go ahead and do it. So now that it's accepted, all of a sudden more people start doing it. More people start doing it. Before you know it, it becomes like a trend, and it's accepted, and except for us, of course. We don't accept it.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Look at even the pictures that you showed. The guys in those girls' outfits, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That's what they're pushing and modeling things. Yeah, but the thing is, though, you want to know what sucks?
What?
Is that these are the fashion people of the world. So, really, the world's male clothing is eventually going to get feminized. So, me and you can wear Levi's 501s, I mean, whatever it is, the most masculine piece of pants you can wear, dungarees or something like that. They're going to turn them into freaking some gay French name. Or they're going to just give it, pretty soon our old style is going to go away, and it's all going to be, what is it, skinny jeans. We're all going to wear skinny jeans.
Like I said, I went to Walmart to get some work shirts, and of course the work shirts got the Dickies, right? Before you know it, I'm gonna go and say, hey, what's this? Where's the Dickies at? Oh, they're over there. Oh, I suck Dickies. Oh, is that the name of the brand now? I suck Dickies. That's what's gonna happen. It's all gonna be. The whole world's gonna turn gay. That's what it looks like it's going on. The whole world's turning gay. What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, fags don't bother me. Don't push it on me and leave me alone. I'll be fine. I don't care. But when they start pushing this shit, men's dresses, really? I mean, the only men's dresses, or they're not dresses, but that look manly, are those kilts that the Scottish wear.
I wear one.
Yeah, but they've been wearing that shit for, thousands of years.
Hey, that was to make them move agilely in battle. That's the reason why they wore the kilts. It's a traditional deal.
Hey, and by the way, if anybody tries to report you for the French stuff, we also happen to be part French. All 3 of us. But we're not racist.
Oh, by the way, I wonder if they free ball under those kilts.
Yeah, they do actually. You're supposed to wear them without underwear.
Ooh.
I got.
You're gonna get a kick out of the next guy coming up.
Yeah, I got too many friends that'll lift up the kilt, so on occasion when I go out with them, I always wear some underwear. Yeah.
Well, you don't want them to see your small pee-pee?
Are you kidding? I have my kilt extended to cover it.
Your small pee-pee.
The BB.
Hey, pee-pee. You know what movie that's from?
Yeah, I'm in danger.
God, I can't get it past him. One of these days I am. One of these days. No,
I think you got me with one.
Right? Yeah, I did with last week or the week before. Yeah, with that Wild Wild West. You didn't seem to get that one because you hadn't seen the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I never saw it.
Hey, I'll tell you what. That wasn't one of his movies.
No,
No, I thought that was.
I really don't think you would like that one.
I thought it was complete schlot. Yeah, I didn't care for it.
I thought it was funny. But
No, I thought it was pretty good too. I like the ending. I like the spider. I really like the whole. But it's Will Smith. I mean.
yeah, that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason Bruce won't watch it.
I have great taste in movies. Thank you very much.
Well, this next story is about one that Stool had talked about, and it's a 700-pound alligator that they found in Georgia. Now,
What's that?
that would make one hell of a set of boots.
It'd be like trying to mend the underwear on the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Oh, man.
But Stool, what made this story stick out for you?
Well, you talking about the?
The alligator.
Let me tell you, man. Are you serious? Isn't the turds that come out of that damn alligator doing the semen squirts? That's a big ass alligator, dude. That's just 700 pounds.
And it's been eating Mexican.
700 pounds. This thing, dude. I mean, imagine our fattest man in the world. He's like what, close to a ton. But you get your average fatties. You get your average fatties that are like 800. You got your obese. You got to get like to about 400 or 300 or something like that. You know,
usually between 500 and 600 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get into the normies. But this 700-pound alligator, that's like a 700-pound man, dude. You can't even lift that. Imagine the turds that come out of this thing. In the urine? I guarantee you that thing could fill up buckets. Buckets.
That's what he's more concerned with.
This damn alligator's big. Dude, you're talking about 2 car links.
Hey, I figure what's going to happen if he eats old Pablo on the top.
Oh, Pablo.
Oh, man.
Mexican food is really going to be getting the squirts.
Hey, there it is. There it was. It was in there. That's a 700 pound. No, it's the next. The picture is unbelievable. This alligator is huge. Imagine the boots. How many boots you can make of that skin, dude? I'm just saying. All together, it's badass. That's the reason why I like that one. That was just badass, dude. I mean, it lasted how long? It sucks the way it went, though. It got hunted and killed, so it wasn't one of those warriors that died, and of an old age and just died. No, he died, I guess, fighting, but he actually died fighting for food. Kind of respectable. Fuck him.
Well, when you got a 700-pound animal like that, there's always going to be those assholes out there that are going to try and kill it so they can get on the news.
Yeah.
To make their dicks look big, I killed this 700-pound alligator. My dick is huge. You know.
Everybody wants to be famous. You would be surprised how far people would go for money.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the nature of business, man.
What is that one on where he says it's your husband or your case of Wonka bars? How much time?
How long is you to pick it up?
Exactly. You know, you put money in front of somebody's face, and they'll do anything you ask them to, and that's pretty fucking sad. You know. Hey, here's $1,000. Here's $1,000. Go suck that horse's dick. Okay. Go over there and they start sucking the horse's dick. You know.
Hey, you know, on a quick note.
Yeah.
We're talking about Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of months ago. My daughter went to go see. She got to meet Veruca Salt and Mike TV. The actual people. Yeah. What were the names? I forget their names.
Yeah, Mike TV. Mike TV's bald now.
Yeah, he's completely bald. I got a picture with them and my daughter, and they're handing her a box of gobstoppers. Just really cool, man. Yeah. That's like one for the ages, man. She loves that movie. You know, it came out so long ago.
Yeah.
She finally got to actually see them. Yeah, she's really excited.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
The thing is, today's society, they seem to be redoing all the old movies.
Oh my God!
Like that.
What's that one? Started on that.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or something like that. That
was a horrible movie.
That was a travesty. That was awful.
It was just plain bad. Yeah.
It was like that movie Holmes and Watson. You know. Will Ferrell. I mean, Netflix. That movie is so bad. Netflix won't even take it.
That's movie. That's what they were trying to figure out if Sherlock Holmes and Watson were secretly lovers.
Yeah, Netflix.
Really?
Netflix won't even take it. That's how much of a stinker do it is.
They really did that?
Yeah.
But the lovers?
Yes.
They really did it with lovers?
No. I don't know. That's what Bruce is saying. Now, Bruce is saying
that. That is a pathetic storyline to get people to watch. Gay people and the millennials. that is pathetic reach.
What was the punchline? You know, I mean,
I didn't know that. I'm gonna watch it now. I'm gonna watch it just to see how they do it. Because dude, those are the two masculine men I've ever met or I've ever freaking read about. Named Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
I like the ones with Iron Man. What's his name? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. That was a good. Those are good, but Jude Law and
with Robert Downey Jr. Those were really good, and what I liked about it was they showed, you know, when everybody thinks of Sherlock Holmes, they always think of the tall, lanky man with the double-brimmed hat, you know, with the pipe, and he's all weakling, you know.
He was actually he was actually a drug addict, you know.
Yeah,
and just unkempt.
I read the Sherlock Holmes Chronicles, which is all of them, and yeah, he was a boxer, he was a speed addict, and it was they addressed it more in these movies. You know, one of those I like to say is closer to the book. I don't know if I agree with that crap, but I do gotta agree with it with Sherlock Holmes with Downey Jr.
I actually own those movies. I love those movies. Those are great movies.
Yeah, they're great movies.
I wasn't too hip on the Iron Man shit. Because they went from Iron Man, then they go to the Marvel comics, and that's just another hill of beans I don't want to get into. Because they really ruined superheroes for me. Whoever made those movies, they ruined it.
Yeah. I'm a DC comic guy. I mean, I like a few Marvel characters, but I like DC comics. I grew up on DC.
Who's the guy that directed the new Star Wars? Do you know?
I don't know. He was unknown to me. I never heard of him before.
But he ruined Star Wars for me. He's the one that was directing the second trilogy, the one with all the CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a piece of shit. That's all I have to say. He ruined He ruined Star Wars for me.
Oh, Star Wars is ruined, man. It's not like, I mean, look at George Lucas. Crazy. I mean, he made those 3 new ones, then he revamped the old ones and really messed them up. And then he has the audacity to say, I didn't do it, because a lot of fans hated it,
Yeah.
I mean, half the fans hate it. And so when asked about it, he says, well, quite personally, I don't care what the fans think. I made the movie for myself, the way I think it should be. Like, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You make these movies for the public. You want to make it for yourself, then you can just put it on a disc and put it on your shelf next to your gay porn. Nobody wants to see any of this crap,
Next to your gay porn.
George Lucas is just an idiot. He's just
J.J. Abrams, he's the one that did it. J.J. Abrams can lick my sweaty balls. That guy ruined Star Wars forever. After the
With
first...
or without the cheese?
After... What?
With or without the cheese?
With the cheese. George Lucas did the first 3, and then J.J. Abrams did the other 3, and he completely just destroyed that saga. Destroyed it. So
I don't think it was him as much as like Kathleen Kennedy. He's the one that's been pushing him on us, so trying to squeeze more money out of the franchise.
I saw after the second 3 came out with the CGI, I didn't watch those. But then the next one came out where they actually had a black actor as the main guy, the antagonist. I watched it.
And he was
where Han Solo gets killed, and I just did not enjoy it. And they came out with another one, and I didn't watch it. I can't watch them anymore. They're garbage. They're complete garbage.
Yeah, and it's ruined it for me. I'll tell you, a series that Abrams did that I expected was going to be bad and wasn't was the new Star Trek series. Remember when they first talked about it, saying that it was going to be about Kirk when he was at the Academy, and the first thing I was thinking is, how exciting could that possibly be? Kirk at the Academy, really? Probably going to suck. And I finally got on. I finally watched it when it came out in the movies, and oh man, it was just, I loved it. I loved it. It was a great way. Basically, they brought back Kirk,
right?
By not ever killing him in the first place, which was really cool. Because they tried that with Spock. Remember when they killed off Spock?
Yeah.
Fans got so mad. They told him, you better do something to bring him back. So they made him an offer to be in the next one. He originally wanted to stop being Spock. He said, "I'll do it if you'll let me direct it."
Oh.
So they said yes. He directed the third one.
Oh, good.
That's the only reason he came back. Yeah, but. And it was nice they put him, too, in the new ones. The old Spock and the new Spock.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they made that connection between the old series and the new series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just a different timeline. That was just really neat. It's really neat. I like the way they did it. The second one, though, man, Khan. That guy's name?
Khan.
That plays Khan.
Oh.
Cumberbund, what's his name?
Roberto, no. Montalban. Ricardo Montalban.
It was the original, Spanish, tall. He had the accent.
Oh, you mean the new one? You mean the new one? The new Khan? That's some English actor. That's some English actor. He played. He was a Marvel comic hero or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that guy there, I hated the way he played the character. You watch Ricardo Montalban. When he does it, he goes, Captain, these people are, sworn to live and die at my command. The way he talks, let me get Cumberbund in there with his English accent. My name is Khan. I'm like, oh my God. Is that a bit of overacting or what? Shit. They should have picked somebody like Montalban's son. Because he would have looked like him. He wouldn't have sounded like him, but he could have imitated his father. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, that would have been a great use for Khan. But that was the big fuck up in the second one. That was horrible.
Go down to see old Hob. It's that English accent,
Yeah. People think that's so cool nowadays,
Yeah, the English accent, yeah.
You must be smart.
Now, we have On our next thing is one of Bruce's dreams. He's always wanted to marry an ISIS bride. Now this woman, her name is Hoda Muthana. I think that's how you say it. Bruce's favorite president, and I'm sure his favorite president is Trump.
Is it that obvious?
Donald Trump is not letting this woman back in the country because she. Let me read you the story here. It says
because she's a cunt.
It says Muthana was 20 years old when she told her family she was going to Turkey for a university event. She then made her way to Syria and joined ISIS and became romantically involved with multiple ISIS fighters. So there must have been a anal gangbang or something going on over there. Now, she had a child with one of them and allegedly spent several years urging attacks on America. Now, Muthana wants to come home, and the 24-year-old regrets falling in with the terrorist group that had brainwashed her online. So now she's using this excuse that this terrorist organization brainwashed her. It's just another way for her to say, look, just let me back in. I made a mistake. Just let me back in. Well, to all the true blue patriots out there, that's no excuse. If you're going to go to Turkey or you're going to go to Syria and join a terrorist group that kills Americans and then try to come back and try to get your citizenship back, go sit on a fucking dick, okay? They're not going to let you back in the country. Especially with Trump. With Trump as president, fuck that. She ain't going back in. They're not letting her back in. What do you think, Bruce? Let's get your opinion on this one.
Anybody who thinks that this should be okay, and they're just a barrel of monkey nuts, man. That's all they are.
Not liquid shit. They're not liquid shit.
God. Well, they're a small puddle. Just a tablespoon.
A tablespoon of liquid shit. Now,
you got to be an idiot to want to let somebody in who not only threatened your country, but try to call upon a tax on your own people and all that. And then it wasn't her fault. Oh, it was her parents. You're an idiot, man. You willing to take that chance?
What's that saying? One bad apple spoils the bunch.
Barrel.
Same fucking deal, because she's gonna have babies. Yeah, she's gonna have babies like it's crazy, and they're gonna have the same views she does, and vice versa, and all it does is spread, man.
And I guarantee you that woman.
Bring her back.
I can guarantee you, Stool, that woman does not shave. She's got a big old hairy bush underneath that dress.
That's what it smells like. That's the worst story.
It still smells like curry and darkness.
Curry and darkness.
Spicy.
Now, if give it a couple seconds so you guys can see it, but Donald Trump, what's his middle name? It says Donald J. Trump. You know what his middle name is?
John.
Okay. It says, I have instructed the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, and he fully agrees, not to allow Hoda Muthana back into the country. So, the president...
You know what they could do?
What?
You know what they could do is go ahead and let her back in, and then arrest her at the airport and try her for treason, which is really what she wants. But if they got enough on her, let her in. Try for treason. They'll put her to death instead of letting her live in some other country.
No, put her down with the sodomites.
She's a traitor to this country.
I hope they don't do a James Fonda with her and make her famous.
James Fonda?
Yeah.
She was already famous before she went.
Oh, and then this one, they could just do that. Just
turncoat, man. You don't turn against your country. Come on.
Right? No, they're gonna put her down with the sodomites. She'll think. What's the rest of it, Bruce? She'll think she got fucked by a train.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one. You got me again.
Are you kidding?
What is it?
You didn't see the Shawshank Redemption?
I've only seen bits and pieces.
Oh my
really?
goodness!
Yeah.
Did we
Don't get me wrong. It looks like a very good movie. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
good.
I actually got Bruce. Like I stumped him. Oh my goodness!
No. I've seen that movie tons of times. I know that one.
You remember when he goes, "I'll put you down with the sodomites." You'll think you got fucked by a train.
My favorite part is, they're gonna love you. You and that big mushy butt of yours.
Right? Now, I got the Wikipedia on Muthana, whatever her name is. I don't know if I'm saying it properly, but who gives a shit? Let me see if I can get the thing here. Hold on. Okay. It says that she was born in 1994, and she's from New Jersey. And she was born to a Yemeni diplomat. So the guy's not even from America. He's a diplomat for Yemen.
The Yemen?
Yeah.
The Yemen
Yeah.
American or just the Yemeni?
Try saying that 3 times backward. Yemeni.
A regular American or a Yemeni? Oh man.
He's gonna go to prison. They're gonna find him a yummy Yemeni.
Yeah. It sounds like an anal fetish, doesn't it? I'm gonna give you a Yemeni, girl.
You'll think you
Come
got.
here. Those are the dudes. That don't swing in my direction.
Right? You'll think you got fucked by a train.
Yemeni.
Yemeni. Yep.
I'd like to say he fought the good fight.
Now it says here she did an interview with the New York Times, and Muthana described how newly arrived female sympathizers like her were made to surrender their cell phones, and then they were confined to locked barracks, and they were held available as potential brides for jihad fighters. Well, she didn't look very sad when she came back. You know what I mean? She looked rather happy that she was back in a, this chick needs to be shot or something. I don't know. She doesn't belong. Don't put her back in America. We don't need people like that here. And I think there's a lawsuit that the liberals are putting out to get her back in the country or something like that. Isn't that right, Bruce?
I believe so. Yeah, I haven't kept up much with it, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's an emergency lawsuit asking the federal government to affirm Muthana's citizenship and allow her to return to the United States. So in other words, the liberals are trying to say that she's a hero, basically.
And it's really messed up, too, because they're also trying to say it's unconstitutional that she was born here and we can't let her back in. Obviously, those stupid sons of bitches didn't read the whole Constitution. There is a clause in it, it is right offhand, that states that if you leave the country or within the country, you engage in basically what are terrorist activities, you take up guns, as they put it, you take up guns against America, that it's treasonous. And if you're accused or convicted of treason, commit treason, then you can't come in. You are no longer an American citizen. You just forfeited your citizenship.
Good.
That is in the Constitution. They didn't get that far. Little bunch of idiots.
Well, the liberals never get that far. They always they quote mine everything is what they do. They take everything out of context. Yeah.
And they always get it from somebody else. It needs to be led like a bunch of sheep.
Yeah, exactly.
Pathetic.
Well, what can you say to such things?
What can you say about such things?
Like I said, Trump is doing the right thing. not to let this woman back in America. And of course, any other woman or man out there, if you're listening, if you decide to take up arms against your own country, fuck you, and you're no longer allowed in America. That's all I got to say.
And fuck everybody who looks like you too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you're gonna betray your own country, you don't belong here. You don't belong here. So,
they need to dip her in bacon grease and execute her.
That's the big question now, man. That's a big question, and a lot of these liberals, especially the millennial youngins, that never really fucking dealt with shit. All they're doing is freaking going through life entitled. Get all these and benefits, and dude, that's it. Dude, they haven't felt the hardships.
No.
But one day they will. I think a lot of them will change their mind as they get older.
I heard about a kid that was trying to get Social Security at 26. I mean, at 26. And I think there's anything wrong with him, but he couldn't get a job, so he wanted the free money. Fought for Social Security. I mean, how ridiculous is that?
That's a liberal.
Yeah. Talk about feeling entitled, man. I put into it for 6 years. Yeah, but you want to collect it for 50. What kind of shit is that?
No, it says she surrendered in January of 2019 to the coalition forces that were fighting ISIS in Syria. So she thinks that just because she surrendered, she's now a victim. And being that she's a victim, that America's just going to say, oh, you're a victim. Oh, come back in. Come back in. You were brainwashed. That's okay. We forgive you. Come on in. No, sorry. Ain't going to happen. If you're weak, if your brain is weak enough to be brainwashed by these fucking idiots, then you don't belong here. That's all I got to say.
That's pretty pathetic. Yeah, she wants to come back for a trial. She knows she's going to get one. But she thinks she can beat it. That's why she wants to come back.
Well,
she thinks she can beat it.
When you think about it, would you rather be in an American prison or would you rather be in a Syrian prison? There's a big difference.
Well, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
I mean, why do you think all these illegals from Mexico are coming up here? They'd rather be in an American prison than in a Mexican prison. Because they treat you worse in a Mexican prison. You know, a lot of these prisoners now, these prisoners nowadays in America got it easy. I saw a thing on Facebook where it says, how come that prisoners get free food, but yet kids have to pay for their lunch when they go to school?
Yeah.
You know? That makes sense. Why are we having kids pay for their lunch when these fucking fools are getting free food in prison? They should be paying for their food.
Yeah, that's true.
No, hey, and then again, their food really isn't that good anyway. You know?
Yeah, but it's food though.
Just getting the leftovers. Yeah, getting the leftover pizza that we ate yesterday. I don't know, man. I don't know. I get you, but it seems like more and more stuff is falling against us and not for us.
Yeah, ain't nothing but fat on that bone. Give me another chop.
What you got, bro? But let's got
I knew he'd finish. I knew he'd finish it. I knew he would finish that one. For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about Blood In, Blood Out. You should see that movie. It's a really good movie. Now,
that's a cinematic art.
Now this one here, this next one is actually a favorite of Bruce, and I keep picking on Bruce. I don't know why I keep picking on him, but this guy, what is his name here? His name is Mark Anthony Jones, and I think Stool told me about this one. The name of the title is I Shot My Penis.
That was Sloth.
Oh, was it Sloth? Oh,
Yeah.
this guy Mark Anthony Jones went to rob a hot dog stand or something like that, and of course he didn't have a holster to holster his gun. He had it in his pants, and of course they were saggy pants, of course. And
Of course.
he goes to pull out his gun, and he shoots his dick. Now, let's see here. I have it. I have the story actually here.
How dumb do you have to be to shoot your dick?
Right? It says unlicensed gun owner accidentally shoots himself in the penis. Now, of course, unlicensed. Of course, when you got a black thug, his gun's going to be unlicensed. Okay, there's no way you're never going to get a black thug with a licensed gun. Never. I don't think it's ever happened in the history of America. To tell you the truth. Now,
But hey, all those good gun laws.
right? It says here an unlicensed gun owner in Indiana is recovering in a hospital after accidentally shooting himself in the penis. Now, Mark Anthony Jones, 46, he told police in Marion that he was taking a morning walk when the high-point 9mm handgun he was carrying in his waistband began to slip. Okay? Now, he reached down to adjust it, and the unholstered gun, and it discharged, shooting a bullet that entered just above his penis and exited his scrotum. Ouch.
Whoa.
That's rough.
Now, this guy can say that he was just walking down the street all he wants, but we know better. We know better.
What does he do? Is he like a basketball player? What is he?
It doesn't say. He's a victim. That's what he is. He's a victim.
Oh, he's just a victim.
he's just an unlicensed gun owner and victim is what he is.
And they'll blame Smith and Wesson, right? Saying it was their fault.
I'm telling you, this guy went out to do a robbery. He went out to do a robbery, and he tried to get the gun out of his pants. He couldn't do it, and he shot himself. I'm telling you, this is what happened.
Put his finger in the trigger and pulled it when he yanked his pistol out.
Yeah,
Had his
probably.
finger on the trigger.
Now,
What an idiot.
it says here that the investigators have forwarded the case to the Grant County prosecuting attorney, who will determine if Jones will face any criminal charges for the self-inflicted wound. So basically, they don't know if they're going to be able to charge this guy with anything.
Huh.
You know, if
They don't. It was PC reasons.
stupidity should be a charge. I'm telling you. They should charge these people with excessive stupidity. I'm serious. I mean, who the hell
Yeah, who's the
carries
king of the
who the hell carries a gun in their waistband anymore? Usually it's in a holster. You know?
Well, obviously because he was doing it illegally.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's
With a
unlicensed.
license, it has to be in a holster.
Yeah, he just didn't just slip. I'm telling you, he went to rob somebody. It doesn't say, but I'm telling you, he went to rob somebody. You don't get a black guy with a gun. You don't get a black guy with a gun unless he's out to rob somebody. I'm sorry. But that's how it is. A black guy with a black guy plus gun equals robbery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does nowadays.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, why are people scared of him?
Yeah. What were you saying the other time, Bruce, when you said something 50% not guilty or something like that?
Oh, yeah, it was Larry King and Snoop Dogg. It was during the roast of Trump. I think back in 2016. No, 2014, I think. It was 2 years older. And he tells him, he says, backstage, you were telling me that that you were 71%
Black.
no,
White.
it was white. I think, and like, I don't remember the percentages. No, he said 51% black
Yeah.
and 49% white.
Yeah.
And they look at Snoop Dogg and he says, yeah, that's what it was. He said, well, apparently, the way they're looking at you is you're 51% black and 49% not guilty or something. That was some funny shit.
Oh, man.
The Trump is really good. Except for that one guy.
That was a good one.
Yeah, you ever hear that guy they call the situation?
The Sitch.
You ever heard
They
of
call
him?
him the Sitch. Yeah.
I didn't hear this until recently. Yeah, he was at the
He
post
bombed.
of Trump, and dude, yeah, you listen to him and nobody laughed, and it's not because he like said anything bad that was that bad. He didn't. He just said shit that really sucked. It wasn't even funny. Nobody laughed at him. His whole performance, man, he bombed bad.
Yeah, he actually went downhill. He actually went downhill in life.
His career,
Like, yeah, his whole life just went to shambles after that.
Yeah, he just looked like a dumbass and dumbass material.
Oh, and it's the best. Because this guy toted money. This guy toted success. Like, just toted it out in the open. Say he was this, and then all of a sudden, he gets shat upon, and it's the best. Especially like that. You know?
Yeah.
They lay waste on his name.
They left waste on it.
Yeah.
They dumped waste.
The Sitch. They call. He goes by the Sitch now. He wasn't the situation. Sorry, that. And then he came up with a champagne. He was starting to push a champagne called the Sitch. Gay. Come on.
Gay.
Yeah, yeah, you got to be a homosexual to do something like that.
Yeah. No homo.
No.
No. We got enough homos in this country, man. So there's a police department media release that says exactly what I was talking about. He says Jones doesn't have an Indiana handgun license, and the case will be sent to the Grant County prosecutor. Of course, they're going to drop that. They're not going to want to prosecute this guy. They're going to say, well, he shot himself in the dick. A lesson learned. Move on. So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I wasn't wearing his dick. The shaft or the head? Because the head was at the base. It shot in the base, then it came out of his balls. Hey, at least, he was a good shot. It was probably a tiny target. He didn't even aim or anything.
It must have been a tiny target because he shot himself. Went through his scrot and everything. So I mean, some fat white chick is going to be unhappy.
I think it was because I remember that people used to do it with Glock. I don't understand people that love the obsession with Glock. They're good, but they're not as good as everybody makes them out to be.
Ah.
And I often carry a Beretta. A lot of guys that often carry Glocks, too, have this problem when they get the finger in the trigger to pull it out, that it ends up going off. I don't know if it's the trigger spring tension is too soft or what, but yeah, they're blowing their dicks off. It's all done with Glocks. And we ought to get together and do Glocks. Call it the dick with the bear. This is done in history is the cock with the bear.
Anyway, if you're looking on the screen right now, guys, there's a picture of Mark Anthony Jones, and of course he looks like your typical inmate, not a victim.
Yeah, he's a lip licker. That's a third. Yeah, that's a lip licker right there.
That look right there, that look you could just you could describe that look in one word. You know what it is? Guilty. Guilty. Like they did in Superman with with those three villains. Guilty. 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 So with Zob or whatever his name was. Zod, yeah. So this is the planet Houston. Now, here's another one for actually this one was given to me by Stool, but I think it actually it's more targeted towards Bruce. It's because he had talked about a woman smeared period blood all over her body. And I'm sure you remember that, Stool. I'm sure.
Unbelievable. I've had it done to me in real life. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
You guys are a little muffled. You might have to do something here.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Go better? Go better?
No, you're muffled. You're muffled. You got your phone booster on there, Stool?
Yeah, can you hear?
You're still muffled.
Hold on. Let me pull it out of my ass. Let me pull it out of my ass. Hold on. Yeah. Is that better? Is that better?
No.
It came out with a little noise. Okay, I know you can hear me now. It's out of my ass. There's no way.
No, you're still muffled.
Oh, well, maybe I should just put it back in my ass then. You gonna get it better?
No, you guys want to just hang up and call back and see if that makes a difference.
All right, let me do that, girlfriend.
Okay. All right, call back. All right. Now these guys. Now, this whole thing with the period blood, it's disgusting all the way around. And let me see if I can get the properties here. This woman, she smears. Get that on there. She smears period blood on her face to combat period stigma. Now, I don't know why there's a stigma on period blood, but this woman definitely needs, I would say she needs some help. She definitely needs to see a shrink, because any woman who would smear period blood on their face definitely needs to see a shrink. That's all I got to say. Okay, they're back on. Let me unmute them here. All right, let's see how you guys sound now. Hold on, let me get the volume up here. All right, here we go. You guys there? Oh, you guys need to get out of the boonies, get out of the sticks, and get into the city. Is what you guys need to do. Definitely.
Hey, man, when the government's running the way it is, you kind of got to be in the boonies, man.
Okay, you sound better. Now, Stool, this whole thing with the period blood, the reason why I talked about how I said it was Bruce's thing, because remember a while back we were talking about our fetishes that we would do, what would we do for money? And Bruce had said something about putting his face into a big old bloody pussy.
Are you saying that I would like this one?
Yes.
Why do you say this to me when you know I will kill you for it?
Why do you say such things? But this woman put period blood on her face to combat, what is it? Of course, it's always some sort of agenda with these people. It's to combat period stigma. Like, people are afraid of period blood. I mean,
well, nobody's afraid of it. Just nobody wants to smell that nasty shit.
It's not like
smell like fish and.
No, it's not like people are. It's not like people are going around with buckets of period blood and throwing them on people. I mean, really? You know, they make it
like there's a stigma against period. Like, you're supposed to like it. How can you like something that smells like fish? It's nasty. It's gooey. I mean, you know, what is it about that would make you say, "Oh, I got to give me some more of that"? You know, don't get me wrong. You do it if you gotta, but man, the circumstances better be special.
Yeah, that's the truth. These wings aren't earned for just anybody.
They better be quality too. You got tart pussy, I'm gonna kick you out.
Well, it says here, this is her excuse. She says, when we claim something that has historically been seen as dirty or disgusting as clean and beautiful, we take back the power over our own bodies. Really? Really?
Hey, you know what she can do? She
What?
can start liquid shitting all over herself. I mean, hey, it's disgusting, right? We need to bring some respect to it. Think of how many laughs you got watching people shit all over themselves. I mean,
I can understand.
that's sacred.
I can understand. I can understand if throughout time, back in the day, people were just smearing this shit all over the place. But nobody talks about it. The only time anybody ever talks about period blood is if somebody has a daughter and they're about to start their period. You go, hey, look, this is what's going to happen, But other than that, you talk about it, and then you move on. You move on.
Yeah.
You don't just talk about it no more. The little girl that's about to start her period, they talk about it. She knows what's going to happen, and when it happens, you get the pads, and it's over. That's it. All this shit that these fucking liberals are just, it's useless garbage. Useless.
It's the way she puts it together. You look at that picture you got up there right now. It says, shameless.
Yeah, shameless.
Like, when was there any shame in being on your rag? There's only one shame you ever have of being on the rag, and that's when you're on the rag, you didn't know it was going to happen yet, and all of a sudden you start to stink. Then there's some, I guess, some embarrassment,
That and it tastes like iron. It
tastes like you got a mouthful of pennies.
Yeah, she's wearing, if you had your period, you didn't know about it, you had white pants on, then it's embarrassing. Yeah, I'm sure it is. But guys.
But that's nothing about the act.
Yeah, but the thing is,
in and of itself,
let's say you're at some sort of function, okay, and you see a woman with white pants on, right, and you see that she started her period, she didn't know, and you see like a little red spot on her ass or something like that. You're not gonna sit there and go, oh, look at that, it happens.
Yeah,
it's an accident. Move on. That's the thing. America needs to learn those two words. Move on.
Yeah, but look at her whole campaign. I mean, her whole campaign is like it was shameful to begin with.
Yeah, it never was.
Never happened.
It's never been shameful.
You want to make it shameless, then when you're on the rag, put a fucking tampon in or do something, then you'll live shamelessly. I mean, how much more do you need?
Yeah. And then, and then a lot of them now they're starting to go with that '70s fad of the hippies of not shaving their armpits. Is this just a revolution of society that we're going back to the hippies? Like
going back to the
millennials or the hippies of today?
They're today's hippies. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Did they do this shit back in those days?
No.
Take pictures of them that are unknown, that no one ever has seen because you know what I mean? That's bullshit. Look at her face. That's disgusting.
But that's the thing, though. Nothing about the act at all has been considered shameful except one thing: stinky pussy. Crusty, stinky pussy. So she wants to. That's the only part she's talking about. Make that shameful part shameless. So a guy should smell some girl's nasty pussy, and he's supposed to either enjoy it or say, that's a nice perfume. What are you wearing it? Giving an opportunity to say, I'm not wearing any perfume. Or some shit like that. It's just not going to happen. This is a waste of time. Guys are always going to hate stinky pussy.
Look.
Unless you got a fetish for that.
Let's put it this way. Every woman in history has had this. So it's not shameful. You're right. Every guy that's an adult knows about this. So it's not embarrassing. It's just, it happens. It's part of life for a woman, That's what it is. It's part of life. Now it
Yeah,
becomes
it's part of nature.
it becomes nasty when you got people like this shitball who try to make it worse than what it is.
Well, they're making it into something it never has been.
No, you're right.
If she
You're right.
thinks she's going to make stinky pussies honorable, it's just not going to happen. That's the one part of a pussy that guys are never going to respect. A stinky pussy. I mean, guys will never accept that. I don't care what her campaign is.
That, though, it has to do with the perspective. It has to do with love a little bit. Because, I mean, if you love the girl, it doesn't matter if she bleeds a little bit. I mean, you just got to do what you got to do, and you got to work around it with your schedule.
So would that also go along with it? You want to prove your love to a girl, then you also have to eat their asshole, too. Even if it's got crusty brown on it, you still have to just kind of chew the chunks. Is that what you're saying?
No. But
that's different.
It's never been an issue. That's what I'm getting at. It's never been an issue.
That's where the poo-poo comes from. That's where the poo-poo comes out.
You close your eyes. You close your eyes. You hold your breath, and you hope for the best.
Yeah.
No, you close your eyes. You close your eyes. You hold your breath, and you hope for the best. That's what you do. So.
No, that's what you do when you're banging some chick in the ass and she's drunk and she sprays you and you clean her up and you fuck her again. That's the real wow. I think I knew someone like that
Right?
one day.
So anyway.
Back in the old days and shit, like, oh man, it's the kind of thing you don't forget.
Damn right? Now, I know that and this next thing, the last thing we're going to talk about is, remember I was talking about the offensive memes that, back in, this next one's about memes. Now, I know that Bruce is a big
fan of. I'm a fan of a lot of people.
I'm sure. He's a big fan of vegans. I know you're a big fan of vegans.
Oh, yes.
You love hippies.
I love it.
So, what I really, really find absolutely disgusting, and you can look on your screen because it's about to come up, is when you go to use the bathroom and the vegan has left a floater.
Oh, a couple of floaters.
And if you look, you see
they
it?
must be Canadian.
Must be Canadian.
They just dropped a third of it.
Now, we have this one here. It's a Barbie doll. Not a baby doll, as Bruce would like to say. But Saturday night and then Sunday morning. And I'm sure we can all attest to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sunday morning, your ass is all bored out and you're laying down. Don't know what to do.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. That'll do it to you. Good intestinal stretching. Everybody needs their large intestine condition.
Like Jason said, that's why you
Now this next one is from eHarmony, and it says sorry, your application to join our matchmaking service has been rejected. It says you failed question number 14, and the question was, what do you like most in a woman? My dick was not an acceptable answer.
I bet he thought it would be clever.
Right? Being clever. He's all
Being clever.
all todo clever.
As the Wets would say.
As the Wits would say. Now, this is for all those people this is for all the people who don't vaccinate their kids. I got this woman here with a guitar, and it says, "I didn't vaccinate my kids, and the one who lived turned out fine."
The one who lived.
The one who lived. It was.
That's some funny shit.
You know, all the rest of them died, but the one who lived turned out just fine.
And look at the guitar and the outfit. That's just an old hippie.
Yeah, the tie-dye shirt and all that shit.
Yeah. And at least you can always say I fought the government, right? It cost me a couple of my kids, but hey, I saved $34 on the injection. To the bright side, you know.
Hey,
Right.
what a hairier bush is, you know?
Oh, I'm sure it's pretty hairy. Now this one here is for Bruce. Now we all get state taxes and federal tax. I don't know if you guys get state taxes there in where you're at, but there's this one black guy with a Cadillac who's got he's got some really nice rims on the front and some really shitty ass tires on the back. And it says the state came in other words, the state taxes came in, so he's got the tires in the front, but he's waiting on the federal taxes so he can get the tires for the back. I thought Bruce would enjoy that one.
Hey, you got to give him credit for anything. At least they're keeping old Cadillacs alive.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know what's fascinating is that they actually lift the car, so the car's not even close to the ground like it should be. It's like 5 or 6 inches off the ground. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous,
All right. Now here we go here. This next one is, I guess, for every guy or woman, depending. And it says, I'll give it a couple of seconds here. It says 95% of people today would put genitals in their mouth or eat someone's butthole. But they refuse to eat this part of the banana.
Hey, you got to have standards, man.
You know,
going downhill nowadays.
you eat an old crusty pussy, or you eat a unkempt butthole, but yet that little bruise that's on the banana, they always seem to cut that part out because they don't like that.
Yeah. Those are the same girls, man, down on you when you haven't taken a bath in about a week, or you just came in, construction job, and you're all dirty, and they'll go down on you, and then they get all pissed off when you ask them to use their toothbrush. Like, I don't know why you'd want to use it if they just had their mouth all over your junk.
Right.
But if you did, they won't let you use the toothbrush. Put
Now
those
this-
on your junk.
Now this next one here is one that I specifically picked out for Bruce because it's a conversation between two people. It says, "Your pug is fucking amazing," and the guy says, "That's my son."
He looks like that sloth from Ice Age.
Yeah, but I mean, but he says your pug is fucking amazing. He's like, "That's my son."
He looks like Yoda.
But he just looks like a pug. He looks like a pug.
That's an ugly son right there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the ugly
And for all the people out there who find that offensive, go fuck yourself. All right. Now, next one here. Now this one here is another one for Bruce because he was talking about Luke Perry. Boo. Boo. Now it shows a picture. It shows a picture of Death, and he's got one of those crane toy things that you get when you it's a little crane that you lift up toys with.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
And he says, "Come on, Betty White," because Betty White's 97, and he's trying to get Betty White. And he goes, "Luke Perry? Who the fuck is Luke Perry?" So he went and got Luke Perry instead. You seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh.
I just saw the one that said, "Come on, Betty White." They haven't added that bottom part yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember when it first happened. It was like an hour after it happened. I was watching on television, and this newscaster comes out and says, "Oh yeah, Luke Perry. I mean, the world is mourning for Luke Perry."
Like, what? The world is mourning for Luke Perry? Fucking 98% of this planet doesn't know who the hell he is. I'm sure all those starving kids in Africa are just shedding all kinds of tears for Luke Perry.
Hey, do you know how fast the world turns?
Oh, I forget.
What's it like 5,000 miles an hour or something like that? Right?
No, it's more than that. It's more like 25,000.
Oh, 25,000. The Earth circles. It goes in a circle. It goes 25,000 miles an hour in rotation.
Maybe actually slow.
Well, when Luke Perry died, the world is actually still going 25,000 miles. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
Nobody gives a shit about Luke Perry. Yeah.
You know,
I think it sounds like that's the worst thing to happen to America.
The world's gonna keep spinning. People are gonna keep dying. You know what the problem is? This country is so involved. I guess you could say it's the word, in celebrities. Everybody's just so wrapped up in celebrities.
Celebrity life, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's a jealousy issue.
It's a
jealousy thing.
They
could do that.
Right, when somebody dies, a fucking has-been or whatever, everybody's crying because he died. Okay, he died. People die. You know?
So they're crying.
You know, people are not going to live forever. People die. I'm going to die. You're going to die. We're all going to die one of these days. Luke Perry just happened to be dying at 52 of a massive stroke.
But I want to die taking a shit, though. I want to die taking a shit.
That's how I want to be remembered.
Right?
Yeah.
Now this next one.
Fuck about. I'm tired of hearing about it.
This next one's for Stool, and it's what's her name, Judy Garland, when she was in The Wizard of Oz, and she clicked her heels twice, and she says, "There's no place like home to poop."
Hey, I don't have a problem taking a crap in other people's restaurants.
Well, let me tell you something. You know, when I go out and play other places, you know, when I'm doing gigs, I've had people say, "Hey, you know what? You can spend the night at my house. That's fine. I got an extra room." You know, it's very nice, and I feel very, I guess, humbled, or I have gratitude to the people that you know want to invite me into their home to spend the night or whatever. But I always say no, and I'll tell you why. Because people have, when it comes to where, you know, when I'm playing places, they only see me when I'm playing, and before I play, I take a shower, I put on a little cologne or whatever, so that's how they know me, with nice clothes on, smelling nice, right? Now, if I spend if I spend the night at their house, okay, and let's say I had a bunch of beans that day, okay, they have an extra room. They have an extra room, right? I go in there, take my clothes off, put on some pajamas or whatever, and through the night I am farting something fierce, right? And the whole room smells like ass. Okay. Now, when I leave their place, I will say, "Thank you for letting me stay. I appreciate it," and I'll leave. Now, when they go into that room to clean that room, now they have they have a whole different perspective of me now. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, forget the farting. What if it was like you take off your socks and your feet just stink? You know what I mean? I don't want people to have that perception of me. You know, God damn, he stinks like ass. What the hell's wrong with this guy? You know?
Well, if you wash your vag, you wouldn't have that problem.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Bruce. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
You know what they call that, right? It's called the gay mating call.
It's a gay mating call. But you get in the room that we have your knees.
You're a funny guy there, Stool. Funny guy.
That's for the ones that afford the gaydar.
Right. Now, if you guys notice, I have a new icon for the show, and you'll probably see it right now. It's been a couple seconds now, but you'll see what my face is, and of course, Sloth and Bruce and Stool, we're all on there now. So, just so everybody can see what we look like.
And only Stools and Jason's are accurate.
I'm telling you, that picture of that drawing of Stool, that is doesn't that drawing look just like Stool? It looks just like him. I mean, it is amazing. The smile, and the little eyebrow coming up. That is fucking Stool right there. That is his face right there. When I saw that picture, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to use that picture. That is fucking Stool right there. That is perfect.
It looks like somebody shit out a brown carrot.
Badass. You should put the corn in that shit.
Hey, no turd is complete without.
So I got one more meme for you here. This one here. This was, I think people are gonna find this one very offensive, but who gives a shit? It's I'm just gonna let the meme speak for itself. You guys can see it here in a second. There's no words. There's no words for this one.
I'd rather be masturbating. Maybe he could arch his back and blow himself.
Dude, that's got to suck.
I wonder if he's differently abled.
Differently abled.
Hey, it's wrong, but sometimes it's fun.
Can you imagine the guy that put that shirt on him? I mean, you know, he has to be pissed. That guy with the elbow has got to be pissed going, why the fuck did you put this shirt on me for? You know, I'd rather be masturbating.
Hey, well, why didn't they cut his fucking legs off normally? Why didn't they leave a big old fucking sausage out there?
Yeah, look at the stuff. It looks like French bread.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Sure, gotta get a lot of ass.
But I bet he doesn't control the situation.
Oh,
he's the gimp.
Yeah.
He'd be the perfect gimp.
Right?
Dude, I hear the guy gets a lot of ass. Those chicks want to pick him like a toy.
I bet when some girl's doing him, have you ever taken a worm and held it like real close to the head and it starts to squiggle around, like trying to get out, like dramatically?
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's all that happens to him. He's getting banged and all you see is his head squirming around. He can't express anything with his hands.
He's got his stumps in the air and some chicks licking his ass or something like that. You know, that's another thing. How the hell does he wipe his ass?
I guess somebody's got to wipe him. That sucks. You're basically taking care of a head and the engine that's running it.
Well, hey,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's really all you got.
Hey. So in the spirit of the conversation, would you want the government to support that? Should the government support that? Should the government support that? You know what I mean? Like,
well, support what exactly?
Well, everything of him. Because you know he doesn't make his own money. You didn't do shit.
Well, if he got
a computer down there, but would he tap on his nose?
Yeah, there would be some exceptions to that. He actually got that stuff like blown off with an IED or something. Well, that'd be a different issue.
I get that.
But usually it'd be funny, and he lost his limbs because he had so many forms of VD. All they told him was, "You got VD." They couldn't even do everything specific. You know, this guy could have lost all the all cocktail of diseases. You know?
Well, maybe he was born that way. Maybe he was born with. Maybe he was born with no arms or legs.
Well, then fuck him. That would really suck if that was the case.
I mean,
some guy wanted to fuck your ass. Ain't much
the only time I would ever want the government to support, the only time I would ever want the government to support somebody like this is if they were born this way, or if they, if they were in the military and they got their arms and legs blown off, then support them.
Yes.
But if some guy decides to do a fucking stunt, like in Jackass,
what if he did that for fun?
Yeah.
What if he did that for fun?
Well, fuck him.
About, yeah.
Fuck him then.
Stupid.
Yeah, if he did something stupid, then fuck him. He deserves what he got.
Yeah, he can live with his French bread legs for the rest of his life.
No, man, it's so uneven.
Look at the pig snout on the end.
I guarantee you he's gotten used to it, and that balances him standing up. You know what I mean?
He balances using his cheeks.
He is standing up. He's standing up right now.
I wonder if those nubs hurt. Like hurt, like if there should be something there. What if he has phantom limbs? Because has he ever known to have
phantom feelings? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but how do you piss
Who
on
knows?
that? Get drunk. Like, you piss like 4 or 5 times. Once you break that seal, man, you know.
You want to have phantom feelings, the best place to have it is when you get your dick cut off. Then you always feel like your dick is in something and it hurts.
all I can say, I can only say 4 words with this guy. Who knows? Who cares?
This guy is looking at the camera like he's dedicated to the camera. But all in all, is it just some guy making fun of him, put a shirt on him, and take a picture of him without,
They couldn't do anything about it?
Or took a video? You can take a whole video and just take a little slice of a freaking damn video and come up with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I wonder what the whole conversation of the picture
What are
was.
the circumstances that led up to
Yeah,
that?
yeah, because
Would be interesting.
he's got a shirt on, and does he really mean that? Like, it is actually a pretty damn ass funny video.
But then again, when you look at his shirt, if you look at his
That's
shirt,
hilarious.
on the very bottom, it looks like he's got arms underneath there, like cross. His arms are crossed underneath the shirt.
Only on his right side. On the left, you don't see anything under that side.
Yeah. So who knows? It might be. He might have no legs, but he might have arms. Who knows? So,
Yeah.
I bet they call him Stumpy.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude. He ain't missing out in life. There's a computer right below him, dude. Like right there. He's on the computer all day having what is it? Catfishing people. He's catfishing people like crazy, dude. Saying he's somebody else, some stud, and there he is.
Some fat blob.
well, there was.
All they can ever say is, "I used to be handsome."
I was going to talk about something else, but I'd rather save it for Sloth because she was talking about this subject. But I'll just kind of let you guys know. But I'll talk about it next week. But it's about this rapper. His name is Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who the hell that
girl
is.
We definitely have to say that. She got a lot of opinions on that guy.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that he's a rapper who
right everywhere.
Who's in legal he's in legal trouble right now. So of course, what rapper isn't, right?
Yeah, was he white or was he a Negro?
Mexican.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. That'd be interesting to see what the
so we'll talk about that next week when we can get Sloth on, because she sent that to me and I wanted to talk about that. So, but we're gonna have to cut her short right now. So, but we'll go back to the roundtable. So, like I said, we got the Sunday roundtable every Sunday at 6:00. If you want to be part of it, you can't be part of it now because you done fucked up and didn't call. Well, what did that guy say? You know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up.
Yeah, go Duke.
Yeah. You know you fucked up.
Yeah,
right?
fucked up.
You fucked up. You done fucked up, man.
Or he could be like Brad, and you just fucked up.
Fuck.
Fucked up.
But to all those people that didn't call, you fucked up. You know you fucked up, right? You didn't call. We had a great time. And like I said, you want to support the show, you can subscribe or just throw a few dollars our way. It'd be great. So with that, we're going to say goodnight. Stool and Bruce, thanks for being on. And like I said, just keep texting me with more stuff, and we'll get that on the show. So,
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah. So it's been good. This thing will, as soon as I'm done here, it'll process, and you guys can download whatever you want to do. So, but tell that woman that lives over there with you, Bruce, that I'll call her later tomorrow.
All right.
All right. And you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful evening.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you.
All right. Yes, man.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
All right, people. Thank you for being part of the show. Like I said, if you wanna call next time, just there's the phone number right there. I'll have it in the description below. If you would like to support the channel, be great. All you have to do is subscribe. That's all you have to do, and we'll be happy with that. So we will see you next time on the Sunday Roundtable.